Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off it.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you better have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
A day later, does it feel any better? Probably not. Probably not. It may make you even more chapped 48 hours from Sunday. But here we are. Listen, we press on, man. 1010XL, 92.5 FM. It's kind of like the sun coming up. We're going to keep on keeping on. And we still have things to review from Sunday. We got plenty more to get into, including, well, I tell you what, man, what a stinker of a game that was last night, and it just drives you nuts that Duval is done and Houston gets to play on. That's the thing that probably got me more than anything else last night, watching that sorry football game. 7-6, Leon, after 3 quarters, and then a 23-point explosion in the fourth quarter.
It irritated me. I ain't going to even lie. It absolutely irritated me to see, first of all, Pittsburgh played that bad.
Yeah.
But it had a lot to do with Houston played that good.
Yes,
especially on the defensive side of the ball.
side.
They got after it pretty good. I don't know what everyone wants to talk about Aaron Rodgers. That offensive line for the Steelers is putrid.
Yeah, it was
I
terrible.
may not know how to spell it, but B-A-D. They are bad.
Yeah.
God,
And-
it was
Well,
embarrassing as well. They didn't even look like an NFL offensive line.
It was terrible.
But it is kind of going back to what Leon said, because Matt in our show thread, he's like, this is embarrassing, the offensive line. Well, the other team's embarrassing them is basically what it is. What Daniil and Anderson have done together, and then you can throw a bunch of other guys.
but they were getting pancaked on pass rushes.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. There was one of the more comical things last night was watching Aaron Rodgers get stuck in between 3 linemen and not know what to do and just basically fall over. Lost in all of this was the play where the big man picked it up and ran it in for a score. They knocked the hell out of Aaron Rodgers in that play, and no one even talked about throwing a flag as far as the hit to the head. That didn't even matter. Not against that defense. They're like, dude had no chance.
And another thing is that the fact that we're out, and I'm watching Houston, and I'm saying to myself, like the movie Young Frankenstein, it's alive.
One of the greatest movies ever.
It's alive.
Yeah.
We woke them up.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what? The Monday after that game, you were like, "This is going to come back to haunt us." You were like, you had a chance to put the foot on the neck.
I did,
and you woke them up.
What's so funny though, and I don't know if funny is the right word, but both teams woke up from that.
True.
Okay, a collective 17-game win streak that those two teams were on, beginning with that win for Houston. Yeah. They won 9 in a row. Jacksonville won 8 in a row.
I just felt offended last night watching that game.
I
seeing
understand.
the Texans move on. Because, listen, I don't know why I picked the Steelers to win. Maybe
shades of the old black and gold.
Going in there, you're on the road.
Old crush.
Maybe.
I fell for that too.
I fell for it.
And listen, for the first 3 quarters, I've told JJ this 1,000 times. Hard Rock Bet has it documented. I have won more 30-minute bets and more 45-minute bets. But I get into that fourth quarter and things just change, and obviously it did last night. And I think probably more than anything else, what sucks and stinks and all that stuff is that this team here had to see the Bills when those other teams were seeing the Chargers. Like the Patriots are playing on and Houston's playing on. The teams that won, they faced bad football teams. The Chargers were beatable and the Steelers were beatable. That's what drives you
What's crazy is that both of the teams that are on the road could win. Mm-hmm. The Bills and the Texans could definitely win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
you're not going to use that like I heard people talking that they wish they didn't win the division because then you'd have.
Oh no! I ain't doing that.
Look, at the end of the day, they didn't play well. They should have won that game against the Bills.
And by the way, we did both sides of the ball, the podcast this morning, which you guys can find on the 1010XL social channels. Jared Ingram on the offensive side, Mark Duffner on the defensive side, both longtime and accomplished coaches, and I'm just watching the quick replay again. And then I just left it on during the podcast just so I could keep looking up.
It's frustrating.
Jacksonville scored a bunch, okay?
It's frustrating.
At the end, when it's all said and done, you can second guess whether they should have run the ball or whether they should have taken the points. They scored enough to win that football game. That defense just, unfortunately,
Couldn't get off the field.
Just could not stop them. And Josh Allen was operating, which is
I got news for you guys. You guys here and everybody out there listening, you're going to get more frustrated as the next couple weeks because they should have won the AFC this year. Yeah. They had the best team in the AFC this year.
They had both sides and the special teams going, and it just sucks. It just sucks. But anyway, it's the offseason.
Not just the defense, also.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this because everybody keeps forgetting it. Cam Little's got to hit that field goal.
Yeah.
He's got to hit that field goal.
It's a 54-yarder. And by the way, 50-yarders have become much more automatic in today's NFL.
Got to hit that field goal.
Hell, I'm even seeing more 50-yarders in the college game than I think I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Bro, if
the dude for Ole Miss?
If your quarterback does all that to get you there,
yes,
and your receiver makes a hell of a catch and gets hit to get you there, man, you got to hit that field goal.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe it was too short for him.
Yeah.
It's like we should have taken like a delay a game.
But it's just so funny that you decided not to take points, then you missed out on points, and it was a 3-point game, which a lot of NFL games do turn out to be 3- and 4-point margins at the end of the game, and
that's why you take the points.
I agree. All right, so we got Gerald Ingham coming in a little bit later on, so we'll spend a lot of that 1 o'clock hour on the Jags. So we'll bounce back and forth, toggle between the rest of the playoff picture. Now you can't help. I think the thing that I'm most thankful for is that we went all the way into the second week of January, and you didn't look at draft position. You didn't look at player evaluation. And the other thing is I haven't looked at a GM or head coaching candidate list in the last handful of days.
What about free agent?
Yeah, none of it.
Future free agent trackers.
None of it. Like, honestly, the GM tracker and the head coaching tracker, has anyone been hired yet? I don't think so. And at this time last year,
there's some interviews going on.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Harbaugh was interviewed by the Falcons yesterday.
Yeah, and then I even heard one of the crazy ones that watch Tomlin get relieved of his job and John Harbaugh go up there and coach in Pittsburgh, which would be nuts if that happened.
So I didn't tell you guys this last night because I wanted to wait for today. But I gotta be honest. In less than 24 hours, I've gone from all right. You know what? They're on the right track. I'm conflicted about it. The 13-4 record, they should have won the game, but they didn't. But, you're on the right track. You've proven now that you have a quarterback. You're not going to have to eat a huge contract because he can't play. And then I'm watching that game, and I'm thinking, son of a gun. They could have won the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
They could easily have won the AFC.
Well, if you go back and you look at what happened last night, C.J. Stroud looked ordinary. He looked bad.
Yeah, which he has all year.
Yeah, he really
surprises.
has. And I love the fact that he took a back seat to greatness this year. He came back to the pack, was humbled, and has now gone through a couple years of being humbled.
By the way, they're going to win the AFC.
Yeah.
With that defense, they're going to win the AFC.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Even Josh Allen, I don't care what defense he's playing. He's going to score at least a couple touchdowns.
In fact,
I don't even
let's
know
go double or nothing on the 2 lunches I owe you on that.
Oh,
no.
now
you owe me 2 lunches. We'll make a new bet.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
I do like that play though. It's a good play. You got to make that play.
That was right.
But
how stupid do you think I am?
But let's not forget who they played last night. Okay, let's not gloss on them because they look like a sideshow for a while.
They played a team that literally shouldn't be in the playoffs if it wasn't for a rookie kicker.
Yeah, exactly. And it looked like the not so top 10 plays from Houston last night on offense. It was just C.J. Stroud was just embarrassing. And the center, they had 4 fumbles, 2 lost. He was getting broken half the time. Bro. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right. Into the fourth quarter. Yeah. And then they go down there and they try and score, and another turnover happens. So anyway, they look good against a bad ball club. I think that's what you can boil it down to.
So if you look at the odds of the AFC right now, the Bills are favored. So you would probably assume, well, they're tied with the Pats. So you'd probably assume the Jags would be exactly that.
Yeah, probably.
If they had won on Sunday, they would be favored to win.
Yeah. And
even having to go on the road
right,
for the
exactly.
next 2 games.
Because it would be
potentially.
Yeah, because right now, like San Francisco kind of upset the apple cart on the NFC side because now they pick off the Philadelphia Eagles, and they got to go meet their maker, another one of those great games that we will see from the NFC West that we've been treated to all year long. Bottom line is the playoff picture's Jacksonville's MIA, and you just don't. You just did not want that to happen.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about being out as a player. Because you watch these games, you're like, man, we could have beat them.
Exactly.
The Steelers, come on, they was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the Texans.
You watch the Patriots and the Chargers. They beat either one of those teams.
They're terrible, both of them. They're terrible.
Well, I got news for you. They already beat the 1 seed by 14 on the road.
Yeah, they look good that day.
We could give the Jags the hypothetical Super Bowl title if we want.
UCF
I'm going to call UCF.
SEC teams. Notre Dame had won the hypothetical natty this year.
College, though,
I'm going to call Danny
just
White and
saying.
ask him about it and see if we can't go
We
ahead
don't
and
want
get.
it.
Ask him the marketing behind it.
Yeah.
Well, I want no affiliation with any of this.
Yeah, like I ordered the Battle of the Vills belt from Trophy Smack, so I'm thinking about maybe we could do that.
Hang the banner.
Yeah.
Would have won the AFC. Had they not lost.
Should have won the Super Bowl 2026.
Yeah. All right, so why don't you guys get busy? Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. What's still sticking in your craw right now as far as the loss? Listen, we're here for therapeutic help if you need it. We're always here, but what's still sticking in your craw? And then maybe what has you the most excited going forward? Because 13 wins was a hell of a year. A hell of a year. So you can easily get on the positive side, too. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Jump in the YouTube chat. It's XLP. Big Sirs came through again with lunch, okay? And he's trying to keep... I told him
he was almost late.
I know, and
Yeah, bro. I wasn't leaving, bro. We still got one game in the tournament.
I was like, Leon is not showing up here without that food.
Absolutely.
It's the difference potentially between a 6 national title and not.
We got too much at stake.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gaining weight as we speak.
Too much at stake.
And I'm feeling like I'm supporting Miami all the way to the end. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I'm supporting them all the way till the end. All right, so you guys jump in 641-1010. It is XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. He watches the coach's film to find the things you might have missed. Jeff Lockerman checks the tape for you. Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Inspected by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 50-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use promo code JAX10 for $10 off any 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Helmets and Heels calls on Jags former middle linebacker Tom McManus to elevate your afternoon.
He's the best. Guy's got it all.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Fought for you by Green Law Group, for the injured, fighting for you.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsAnyFlorida.com. That's RestoProsAnyFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Yo, it's your main man ET here for Blue Chew. And guess what? Blue Chew tablet isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code. Blue Chews provide access to chewable tablets that help you feel and perform at your best. Stronger, longer. It's like someone gave you downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. No awkward doctor visits and no uncomfortable waiting rooms. It's nothing worse when them nosy behind neighbors are looking at your packages and then asking you questions. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I got this. Blue Chew is simple, it's discreet, and delivered straight to your door. And let's be honest, this isn't just for you. Give her group chat something to talk about. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. And guess what? I got a special deal for our listeners. Get your first month of Blue Chew on me. That's right. Just use promo code 1010XL and you pay $5 shipping. That's it. Head over to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Use code 1010XL, then just chew it and do it.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
XL Primetime, beautiful Tuesday. The first coast was living right, man. Cold yesterday, a little warmer today. Who knows what happens temperature-wise, but it is the Sunshine State. Love seeing that sun splash sky outside of the 1010XL studios. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs, and JJ. And we are going to keep talking Jaguar ball. We're going to kind of come at it from a couple different angles. But, Matt, can you just say what you just said a minute ago, just as we were coming back from break?
What, that I made some pea soup last night?
Well, let me just describe it to you all this way. He walked in and he looked at JJ. He said, "Whoa, you should have tasted that split pea soup I made last night." And I'm thinking, whenever you go, "Woo, you should have tasted," I'm thinking, jambalaya. I'm thinking, yeah, you went split
Steak,
pea on us. Yeah.
Chicken,
some
on the grill.
You're not a fan of
some amazing pizza.
You're not a fan of split pea soup.
I'm not anti that, but Joe's right. I probably would have expected something else.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah,
listen, bring it in.
Yeah, if
you're gonna brag about it, bring it in.
Bring it in.
Let us be the judge.
Like TLD made a killer chicken soup last night with squash and broccoli and all these veggies.
But you weren't coming in this morning
wasn't
like,
going,
woo, woo. You guys won't believe what happened to me last night.
It's a little chilly, so it's a little chilly. You know, you get a little soup and it's.
I like split pea.
Listen, all I remember is split pea soup was the soup that the girl spit up on The Exorcist. That's all I remember.
That's true.
Is that it?
You have PTSD from that.
Yeah, childhood trauma. When
The
you
power
said
of
that,
Christ compels me not to eat a split piece.
that's what came over me when you said
wild.
split pea
So you won't try it, is what you're saying?
soup. I will try.
But if you do have that ham hock in there and just let a little bit of ham kind
A
of
couple ham hocks in there.
negotiate its way through the split pea,
Yeah.
you're
Now, what exactly is a ham hock?
it's
It's
like
a knuckle.
Yeah, and it's a
Okay.
it's a
The pig's knuckle.
yeah, and then a little bit of the meat will fall off of that big bone in the center of the ham, and then that will, like we said, kind of move through the split pea river, and you try and make sure you get more of that in your bowl.
Okay.
You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, you throw a little wine in there too, JJ. You might like it.
You're like the ham hock with some lima beans. You ever have one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
All right, so I want you to look this up, and I'm just going to trust one of our dudes who texted in, and he said that Sandra Bullock, Luann, and if you go back, she said, "Run the dang ball, Bert," and I believe it. He said, seriously, so much to build upon. The ecosystem has changed. That was one of the big words, the buzz term that Jimmy Gladstone's used when he came in the building. I think we can all safely say, coming out of this offseason and what it turned into the in season, he can keep coming at us with the fancy words. As long as he keeps coming at us with the big decisions. That's why I call him Jimmy Gladstones, and puts players on the field that can make plays. The Gardecks of the world, the Strigos, the Greens, those guys that made it.
You want to hear Sandra?
Yeah, let me hear.
Enough with the trick plays, Bert. Run the dang ball.
Oh,
I love it.
Could go for some Miami Hurricane fans as well.
That goes at the end of our show, JJ. Okay. That one along with ET, and we're going to start building our drops again.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that what ET is promoting is back on the station.
Exactly.
It's been a long time.
And look, he's not afraid to let you know what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not afraid.
I don't know why they went away from Hack and went to ET, but conversation for a different day. Sad.
They did. Run the dang ball, Bert. All right, so set this up, Big Sirs, because we were talking about it, and then people can chime in 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, or jump in the YouTube chat. But it boils down to what you did see, what you wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, after the despair of the loss, you got a little funk over you. Then you look at yourself and say, at the 22 starters that played in the game against the Bills, where do you need to upgrade? What positions that you need to upgrade? And I was just thinking that maybe 5 guys. It's 5 guys.
We're not going to crush them all.
We're not going to crush them all, but 5 guys at different positions that played on Sunday. How would you upgrade? What would you do? Now, I have to, on top of my list is Walker Little. Okay. He unfortunately played at left tackle in the game. And I don't know where, you got Van Laden, you signed him to a new deal, so more than likely he's your established left tackle.
Okay, hang right there just for 1 second. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, good.
I can live with that. But Walker Little, I mean, it might be time to say bye to him, to be quite honest with you, because you want to get young in the offensive line, young and established. Maybe I thought again, maybe Ezra. Ezra's a little up in age. Maybe want to get young at the left guard position. Maybe you go to that Vanderbilt left guard, by the way. It's your fault, bro.
I can't believe
what game. So Leon saw a short video clip from what game was it?
I can't remember.
Alabama, maybe.
He showed me the clip, and he showed me the left guard.
And Leon's been in love ever since.
He's like 6'5". He's 6'5", like 335. Big squatty body, moves well, just punishes people.
Hey,
Chase Mitchell.
6'4",
340.
Yes, that's what we need at left guard.
If he can move at 340, I do love that. Because Big Brown, who played right tackle last night he can't move. That is one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen. But the idea that you have to go to Vanderbilt to get quality players, Clark Lee is making his mark. He really is. He is making his mark. All right, so keep it going.
Okay, so that's my second. I got the left tackle, left tackle, left guard.
Okay, left side of that line.
Left side of the line.
All right, Matt, give us a couple because we're going to keep going with the 5.
I mean, I think both of those. I actually think you've figured out the left tackle, so you're good. But I don't think Walker Little stays. I think both guards can be replaced. Actually.
Yeah. Look, Ezra. If nothing else,
one will be replaced by Milam. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wyatt Milam may represent
Macari.
Yeah, may represent the future. McCary just did not. He was injured too. Okay, and I'm not going to defend him and say he had great moments because he did not. He was a good player when healthy, and then was not healthy enough.
He was a solid player.
Yeah,
when he was healthy.
That's it. That's as far as we go, right?
I'm not going to good.
Well, I'm saying solid could be good could be solid. But you know what I'm saying? He just was never really healthy. And we battled about whether or not he was going to win the starting job. And, of course, he won the starting job. But the idea that you can improve there, I think you're 100% right. That middle 3, Anton Harrison had himself a decent year. Challenged, stepped up, answered the bell, and he had to fight through a little adversity as well. Cole Van Lanen had to step in for him, but he, by and large, so you think 2 tackles are set, and then I'm not going to say Robert Hainsey, I'd ditch or kick to the curb.
I think if Jonah has a great offseason, absolutely compete for that spot, man.
Well, yeah, because
100%.
You're talking about another aging veteran. And like I said, I'm a Hainsey fan. And if those other 2 positions, left and right of him, are upgraded, then you might still be okay with Hainsey. Or you look at Jonah.
Conceivably could start next year with Jonah at center, Milam at left or right guard, and then you draft another guard.
Yeah,
I could see that. I can easily see that.
I like the youth movement on the offensive line. Absolutely.
It's never a bad thing to draft offensive linemen. Never.
No.
And
never, ever, ever.
See, the thing is, you get them young, Joe, and then you let them grow together.
That part I like too.
Yeah.
Ezra's been in the league for a half dozen years, so it's not like he's way old or anything like that. He got a contract off of Balky as he was walking out the building, and so he's still signed, and you can look at the numbers and are they affordable or not. But the only thing
he only has one more year left in that deal, I think.
I believe so, yeah. The only reason I'd step up for Ezra is that he stepped up for himself. He stepped up in performance.
We had a hell of a training camp.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a pretty solid year.
Yeah,
First half of the year.
Yeah. I like you can grade him down. Look, Trevor had a clean uniform for a lot of football.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, so I'm not dissing on Ez or Hainsey when healthy. A lot of these guys, they did a lot of good work. The running game kind of wilted a little bit down the stretch, but then they got it back.
By the way, it looks like they have a potential out this year if you want to get rid of Ezra.
Okay. So that way they could
just
like
every single NFL contract that you hear is 3 years is this.
That
So 2
third year
years
you
and
can,
they can
you can tear up the contract and not lose too much. But it does come down to the Wyatt Milams. Where does he step in? What does he do for you going forward? Is he a college tackle and an interior lineman in the pro game? That may be where he starts. We'll see. All right. So when we think about this, and I'm not disagreeing with those at all, the other one that I'm looking at is that if you point to the biggest Achilles heel on this football team, it was not having a lockdown guy against their top target. Khalil Shakir is probably not anybody's number one. But he was number one for Josh Allen. Yeah, and he also was one of those dudes that got him a contract, and he's a good, reliable guy. But the Jacksonville secondary and the way Anthony Campanile decided to play him made him look like a stalwart. A dozen targets, a dozen catches, never miss. And so you still need to be looking at those guys. I'm a Jarian Jones fan. I'm a Buster fan. I like all these guys in the secondary, the sum total of what they were able to do this year, but you still need to go look and find.
What about Newsome? You good with him?
No, not going forward. He made a few plays, and so that's who I'm going to put on my list.
I'll put him on my list.
So I'll put Greg Newsome. So there we are, collectively agreeing on that one. And Newsome made a few plays, but
not enough.
Yeah.
Not to garner a long-term deal.
No, because that's what happened. He came into this year with the deal, sending Tyson Campbell up to Cleveland, him coming here with an opportunity maybe to get another contract. And I think they have seen enough to say, hey, you might be able to get him on the cheap, but that's not the answer you're looking for. Who knows what Travis Hunter ends up being? Is he the lockdown corner? Not sure.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I mean, if you think you still have Brian Thomas what he is from year one, then you've got your three receivers. So he's got to be a corner. He's got to be a corner and like a 10-play guy on offense.
Yeah.
And it's his best position anyway right now, you know?
Well, I think that's naturally what he was. Doesn't mean he can't be better as a receiver.
You okay with BTJ moving forward?
I am.
I don't know.
I am.
I got a babysit.
I can tell you this. I'm honestly, like, if someone wanted to give them a late first-round pick for him, I'd do it.
Right,
like the
but
Bills,
I just don't see it. I just don't see that happening. And so now you have a guy that, and I'm just going to kind of the Liam Cohen quotient.
I think you'd be surprised what people would. That first year was enough for people to say, all right, maybe he just didn't fit in that offense.
Maybe. And it's not like there's star receiving cores everywhere, but it's a price.
You've got a guy who's proven it at that level.
But it's still a price.
Yeah, it is.
And so that's what you have to decide. Anyway, I'm fine with him on the rookie contract as long as that Liam magic, that push, get more out of him that he was able to do with other guys that he can get it out of.
You okay with his late start? It took him
it was terrible.
10 games to get going.
And even still,
he dealt with injury.
He had 2 catches in that game.
Yeah, he dealt with injury. He made plays in this game. Okay, give me a break.
He did. He scored a touchdown.
He made plays.
He scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
The touchdown's literally thrown right at him.
Well, that's usually what you're hoping for from a star quarterback.
Yeah.
He didn't double clutch.
He didn't double clutch
his
either.
little double catch.
Both the catches he didn't double clutch.
Take it all day, man.
We'll take baby steps.
I'm just saying, this team just barely got to a point where there's productivity. Parker Washington played out of his mind this year. Who knows if Travis Hunter can ascend to be the type of guy that you're dreaming of or thinking of. But
also, Matt, you said yesterday that he's worth a first-round pick.
Yeah, and
so what do you think he is then? Like, if he's worth a first-round pick, then you'd want him back.
No, I think from what he did here his first year, he's worth the first-round pick. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean I think he's a fit here.
Okay,
he may not be a fit here. Like that like this season may have done some damage. There's no doubt.
Absolutely. One thing is for sure: the chemistry between 16 and 7 never really materialized.
Because remember when he did have his rookie year, that was with Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac towards the end was delivering the ball to him, and so we'll see where it goes. But I'm still of the belief that he's a good player that can get back to being a great player. And he had a crappy season. I think we would all agree with that. And now you get to a point where you say, because look, there have been too many guys that have proven to you, don't give up on me. And Leon, you've seen them, you've played with them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just when you think they're done, they're not. And maybe he can be one of those inspired cats, just like an Anton Harris and a Trevor like we're talking about.
You would think I would be a little bit more understanding because I was a late bloomer as a first
There you go. Exactly.
But that could also get you back into that first round. And it could get you a pick that might be a better fit for you organizationally. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, you guys let us know. We'll give a couple more, but we're looking at 5 starters that you guys think you want to make sure there's an upgrade there. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
Start your new year off healthy and get screened at Ackerman Cancer Center with on-site imaging, including whole body MRI, PET and CT scans, and mammography. Early detection is key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at LiveHighlandTrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail.
Superior Plumbing and Pipelining is family-owned and delivers fast, reliable service. Save thousands by restoring your cast iron pipes instead of replacing them. Visit SuperiorPlumbingJacks.com today.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners.
Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itbpartners.com. ITB Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Having a good time, even though season is over. Didn't want it to go the way it ended up going on Sunday, but we're trying to count things up a little bit right now. The offseason officially begun.
It's very sad, Joe.
It is. It is. Listen, I kind of get a little blue at this time. And it drives me to a bar stool. But I'm going to get over it, and I'm going to find answers. You know what I mean? I'm going to find
I like
answers.
when you're happy and you're celebrating, you also find a bar stool.
Right.
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we solve some problems. By the way, speaking of bar stools, so like I said, XLP, everywhere we go, we love seeing people, all of Duval, that like talking Jaguar football with us, and we totally appreciate it. So I said Sunday at the bank, there's a bunch of people just shouting out XLP and having a good time. I ran into one dude at the Cabana area. I swear he gave me the longest bro hug. I mean, he was Roger Goodell, and I was a first-round pick.
Leon, where are you at with strangers hugging you?
It was that type of embrace, and I love it.
Uncomfortable.
I know. I knew you'd be anti-hug.
But I'm just going to tell you, he had gotten in. He'd
been drinking.
He'd had some cold ones.
He'd been in the Cabana for a while.
Yeah, he'd been in the Cabana for a while. He had some cold ones, but he just said, I love you, man. I love XL. So anyway, salute to all y'all because we appreciate it. Because
we love you guys too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just don't hug me.
Yeah. This is the time that we need to get through it together, okay? But I think this time a year ago, like we have made it very clear, and we'll probably keep preaching it, you were looking for a GM and a head coach, and you weren't sure about your quarterback, and you just wanted guys out of the building. That's the feeling you had this time a year ago. We still haven't reached the anniversary of Trent Baalke getting bounced. We still haven't reached that moment.
It's close, because the other day was the anniversary of
Dougie,
the famous press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're bringing Baalke back.
Yeah.
And it shocked. It was the low point, I would say, of Shad's time here in Jacksonville.
And you guys aired that.
We did the other day on the French show.
Yeah. And I remember listening to you guys talking about it. I'm like,
it was like the hostage video.
So unbelievable.
It was so bad.
God.
I mean, if you that was the lowest point, I would feel like, of Shad's, and then he quickly turned things around, man.
Got to give him so much credit for that, because he recognized that this is not the way I want this to go.
And never forget, Liam was not coming here until Baalke was out.
Yeah.
God bless Liam Cohen.
Pulled his name out of the consideration. And so,
God bless Big Bo, who made everybody there realize Liam Cohen, that's the dude.
Yeah.
That's the dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Baalke, we're about to talk about one of his projects.
Okay, so Trayvon Walker, okay? And number one overall pick, not named Aiden Hutchinson.
Thank you for getting us focused there, JJ.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I think everyone his name and Aiden Hutchinson are forever linked, because one guy's shining and the other guy is up and down. Matt lost a bet off of who was going to lead the team in sacks, and it was a mule race. For neither one made double digits.
First 9-10 games it was.
But Matt was still not close at all.
Yeah.
So you said Josh Allen. Matt said Trayvon. And Trayvon had 3.5 sacks this year. There was injuries, but he did play in 14 games.
Okay, so I'm going to just look dead red at Leon. I'm going to go in the locker room and I'm going to set up this question.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. Wingstop special Saturday and Sunday.
And today.
This weekend. And today. Yes, I enjoyed it, didn't you? Yeah. I shared because I can.
Yeah.
All right, Wingstop has a promo code that you can use, JAX10. You get $10 off any 50 wing pack, either online or using the Wingstop app.
Now, I'm just going to ask.
What are they, at this point at the Wingstop, when you come in every Tuesday, do they say, Mr. Searcy, we know what you want?
Yeah, and I order a lot of stuff.
They should have it ready for you.
I order a lot of stuff, and they ask me.
And you use the promo code.
Yeah,
JX10.
absolutely. And they
only on Saturdays and Sundays.
They ask me something absurd, like, "Is all this for you?" I'm like, "Really, bro?"
That's first of all,
it's insulting.
It is very uncouth to ask someone.
You know what I'm saying?
A little judgy.
The same guy does it all the time.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah, this is gonna last.
Same dude every time.
Every time.
And he says that.
Yeah, bro. I'll be like, man, get some new material, bro. Work on your material.
He says it in a joking fashion.
I know.
You should say, yeah. So what?
Yeah, that's true.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
I do believe.
Right, you know what they're for? They're for these hands.
Exactly.
That's what they're for.
I do believe when you pick up that bag, I can eat all of this if I wanted to, right? All right, so here's the question. Okay, in Leon's locker room, and Trayvon Walker, let's just use him as a discussion point. Player to player, I know you don't necessarily call others out in front of other people. You might go talk to, but what do you say to a guy that you think might have a little bit more and is coming up into a serious contract kind of dilemma for the football team?
I say prove it. I say prove it. I don't give him a long-term deal. I say prove it. And that's motivation. I was in that situation when I was with the Steelers. I was in the last year of my deal. Back in those days, we didn't have 5-year contracts. We had 4 years.
And you didn't have a lot of guaranteed money.
We didn't have franchise tags and all other kind of stuff. None of that stuff, right? So I said to myself, you know what? Hell, I'm going into training camp. I told Drew I don't want to talk about no contract. I want to play this season out and see what happens, right? Steelers came to me, tried to offer me a deal in the locker, in my bedroom, without my agent to sign something. I called Drew. I told Drew, F-bombs everywhere. Next morning he was in Pittsburgh. But the motivation for me was like, listen, if you don't value me, I value myself. So let me go out here and show you why you should give me a long-term deal. So when the season ended, we made a little playoff run. Steelers came at me again, offered me another deal. At this point, I'm an all-pro. Too late now.
Yeah.
So now I went in the playoffs to try to sign me again before the Super Bowl. And then after the Super Bowl, I was a free agent. So that would be Trayvon Walker. If they're not going to sign him to a long-term deal. You know that.
No
now,
way.
because they're not going to have two $170 million defensive ends on this team.
That neither one are hitting double digits.
Well, you also can't sign him to a large contract for a run stopper. You get a run stopper anywhere.
Anywhere. 4.5 sacks. You can't sign
3.5.
3.5. Well, I gave him one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a win-win for both. It's going to be, you're going to get a motivated Trayvon Walker who's not getting a long-term deal. And then his play, along with Josh Allen, is going to help the team.
And Josh Hines-Allen did it, bet on himself, got the big deal, and he had a good year. By no means was it everything he wanted it to be either. And so you're right. You can't have high-priced guys that aren't doing on a week-to-week, game-to-game basis what you paid them to do. And you can't help but look at last night and see what Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter are. And you can't help but say, wait a minute, these two cats, how do I get that?
Legit.
Yeah, how do I get that? That's what I want.
Yeah. I mean, those two cats last night, they're elite pass rushers. They're absolutely elite. They get after it. And they don't give you just that one move. Trayvon, and it's because of the injury, too, now. That one-arm bar, it works every now and then on the tackle. But offensive linemen, they want you to go right down the middle of them. It's easier. But when you give them moves, you get them off their spot, that's when you become disruptive. And I just haven't seen enough of that.
Yeah, and I think you said it before, and Coach Campbell's preached it as well. Play them inside on down and distance, on long distance third down plays, and let him try and athletic a guard, out-athlete a guard, because that's where he can.
You're saying play him inside on third down?
Yeah, on longer. Just depends on, because he needs to be able to knife and slice inside.
You're not paying a guy $150 million to move
I
inside
agree.
on third down.
Listen, he is not doing what they want him to do to warrant that type of pay. He is a good player, a tough son of a gun. He's
a solid player, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, good against the run, which is not how you want to describe a guy that you went and got that high. And so, yeah, lightning package on third down, something like that. You can have him inside to where he can do things for you. Him, Eric Armstead, Josh Hines, Allen. And again, down and distance will dictate all of that. But he needs to be more of what they projected him to be.
Yeah, you can't give a run stop with $170 million.
No. All right, you guys let us know. 641-1010.
You can give
Hit the
Hutch
text line.
$170 million.
Yeah.
You can give Hutch.
Well, yeah.
Well, he had 14.5 sacks.
Right. There's a big difference. You don't even get to take off the one
That
digit.
would have been pretty good. Hutch and Josh Hines Allen.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty good.
Yeah. All right, ponder this real quick.
I don't know, man.
I see tremendous upside. All right, so ponder this as we go to break. Leon, would you hug Matt, Joe, and JJ as if you had a great weekend? Homies, okay?
Well, we're friends.
Right.
We said
Strangers.
Okay.
Yeah, strangers.
We hug every day.
Yeah, we do. We embrace.
Yeah.
Every time we go to break.
Yeah. Let's hug.
Yeah.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
After dominating ranked Georgia and Tennessee, the Gators roll the Big Mo to Boomer Sooner, Florida, Oklahoma. Tonight at 8:30 on 1010 AM.
Valentine's Day is coming soon, so go ahead and pre-order your floral arrangements now from Kuhn Flowers. High-flying Jacko here, and for over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers has made Valentine's Day for that special person in your life. KuhnFlowers.com.
No one has time to get hurt, lost wages, injuries that not only hurt but hinder our success. If you're in this position due to the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. Hey, this is Tom McManus. Injuries suck, so check out Morgan & Morgan. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers, with enough firepower to handle any and all personal injury cases. And they make filing a claim easy, and they don't get paid unless you do. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com or hit Pound Law from your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 13th, 1999, Michael Jordan announces his second retirement just prior to the 98 season. He would later return to play in 2001 for the Washington Wizards.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy is never frozen. Always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses. No dry, crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little guy with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand and a quality sandwich. So do what I do, stop in at a Circle K and make yours a Dandy today.
What Major League Baseball player was once walked intentionally with the bases loaded?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Barry Bonds, who has the most career walks, was once walked intentionally with the bases loaded. Better one-run scoring than a whole lot more.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E, Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, the adorable chess man on the tracks.
There are two things you should ask yourself about your garage floor. How clean is it now, and how clean would you like it to be? A typical bare concrete floor doesn't just collect dirt, it makes dirt.
It is literally made of dirt.
As much as you sweep and mop, the dust and grit just never ends.
And drips from your car seep into the pores, staining the concrete forever.
A Checkmate multi-layer floor resists drips and stains. It comes in your choice of dozens of colors and sweeps up sparkling clean in just seconds.
No need to wear shoes in the garage and track dirt back in the house.
Gorgeous?
Check. Durable?
Check. Tidy enough to walk on wearing clean white socks? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Fake toss. Wide open. Spinning catch. Kirk touchdown. Strong play and a good catch by Kirk. They're down at 12. Rodgers, time runs out. Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins. And he is in for a touchdown.
It was, hey, Aaron, you're wondering if the clock's ticking on you? Yes, it is. Are you now playing your last football game as an NFL quarterback? Well, he wouldn't answer that afterwards, and I don't blame him, really. But it was not pretty for Aaron Rodgers. Threw for a measly completion percentage and yardage total compared to what you're used to seeing from Aaron Rodgers. And Christian Kirk had himself a night. He did light it up, that's for sure. C.J. Stroud was not particularly good, turned the ball over too many times, but when they did need it, Christian Kirk was on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, that's for sure. So he lit it up last night. American Electrical, they can light up your world, residential or commercial. Make sure you check them out. And if you want to start a new career, look into the electrical field. A trade, they can never take it away from you, always employable and good earnings opportunities. Make sure you check it all out, American-Electrical.com.
Joe, you remember in 2000 in the Miami game where we got rid of the coach and the quarterback, Jimmy and
Danny. Yeah.
Can you see a world with Tomlin and A.A. Ron are gone?
I think it's highly possible. The fact that Mike Tomlin has done such a tremendous job guaranteeing a non-losing season, that ain't easy. Every single year he's kept that franchise and that city in the conversation. And we all know a 9-8 or an 8-8 or whatever, you're always around close to or in the postseason. Well, he was able to do it again this year, and it's been incredible what he's done. But you can't get there to not go anywhere.
2017.
Think about it. You can't get there to not go anywhere. That's
It's 0-7 in playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
0-7.
Yeah, 0-7. And the way you looked at home last night.
Yeah, it was bad. It was terrible. But I'm going to tell you about the Steelers. They're loyal to a fault. Even with Big Ben. Big Ben probably played 2 years longer than he should have played.
Probably.
Yeah.
And the Steelers have only had 3 coaches since 1969. 55 years. They've had 3 coaches.
It is something else. And the longevity of a Cowher, you can go back to Chuck Noll, and obviously what you've seen Tomlin do ever since the moment he took over. It's incredible. But you got to win in the postseason.
Yeah, but I blame the Steelers for this because they didn't get their franchise quarterback by letting Big Ben waver those last 2 years. You could have had Josh or Lamar.
That's true.
If you kind of get rid of Big Ben.
Got to know when to say goodbye, right?
Yeah.
So this is the first time, honestly, the entire season that I looked at Christian Kirk and missed him. And Parker Washington, you could argue, is now the 2025 version of Christian Kirk or more because Parker Washington had those types of games on a consistent basis. Anyway, 8 grabs for Kirk last night, 144 yards, and in the end zone. And he made one huge play, which think of the plays that you think about when you think of Trevor to Kirk. The plays against Kansas City. Those are the ones that you always wanted to see him haul in and catch. Well, he was hauling them in last night. He definitely had it. But when you think about going forward, Tomlin, what do you think happens in the next week, Leon? Do they have that tough conversation? You just said loyal to a fault. Do you think they'll...
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I mean,
really?
Despite the outcry of the fans, they want him gone. Absolutely, they want him gone. But, you know, the organization doesn't care what the fans want.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do what's best for the Steelers. So
now let's say he is on the market as well as Harbaugh. If you're like the Falcons, who do you guys think is the number one guy if they're both out there? Because obviously right now it's Harbaugh.
I still say Harbaugh. I'm a Harbaugh fan. It's hard to ignore what either one of these dudes have done.
Yeah. Harbaugh, 18 years?
Yeah. And both of them have won Super Bowls. Yeah. Both of them have...
Tomlin, 19 years.
Yeah.
19 years,
constantly put...
Harbaugh's won a lot more games more recently.
Yeah. And they constantly put good football out on the field until what JJ just said is true. The inability to block, the inability to get a good quarterback that you can count on up in Pittsburgh really is the Achilles heel.
And in the NFL,
Tomlin.
especially if you're the Steelers, you're judged on postseason success in this league.
Mm-hmm.
And
they went
it's been 10 years. Next year it'll be 9 years this year since they've won their last playoff game.
And you could argue there are 2 teams that pop to mind probably more than any other for me in the last 20-some years. San Diego, when they were the San Diego Chargers with LaDainian and Phillip and all those guys, they wasted an opportunity to win a Super Bowl because of the talent they had. The Antonio Brown and the Le'Veon Bell Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben and all those other guys,
also
they wasted. They did. Yeah. And they were so good for so long, but never able to get it done. And they won the one. So that one you definitely can't take away from him. And it was a great game too, by the way. That was his win was against Arizona, right? It was just an incredible, incredible game. With
Santonio Holmes.
Yeah, that was the Santonio Holmes catch, one of the best you've ever seen in the Super Bowl. And then the Harrison return for 99 yards.
I mean, there's a couple ways to look at it. They gave him the ingredients, and he won a Super Bowl. But of the last 6, 7, 8 years. Their drafting has not been good, especially on offense. Defensively, yes. Offensively, no.
Right. And if we were to go down and just take a look at the
free agency, not good. And again, that's not on him.
Yeah.
That's on the office.
The dudes in the front office. But what Leon said is true earlier. You still go back to the fact that they did not have an answer for the quarterback when they knew the quarterback was aging and they probably needed to move on.
Yeah. Well, was the Steelers traditionally, not as of late, they usually draft well, develop, and then if they miss on a guy, they bring in the free agency. They're missing on both now.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it rolling. XL Primetime into the 1 o'clock hour. Coach Gerald Ingram, one of our coaches, he will join us. We'll talk about this game against the Bills and then look ahead.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Offense, defense, and special teams all contribute.
We got ourselves a roster.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game.
They got to match our artistic.
On 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey here, and it's commercial truck season at Duval Ford. Right now, your business can drive off with serious savings. Thanks to Section 179 of the IRS tax code, you can immediately deduct the full purchase price of qualifying new or pre-owned work trucks and equipment this year, instead of depreciating it over time. Upgrade your fleet, lower your tax bill, and get to work fast. Visit DuvalFord.com to explore inventory or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today for big number 1 Duval Ford.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. It's a new year, and whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and with Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, How you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnet Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
It's the Happy Renewal Year sale at Renewal by Anderson. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. But this offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
It's January in Jacksonville, so you turn on the shower knob expecting hot water. Comes up cold. That's a tough loss to start the day, but Duck Rooter is here to turn things around with the new year, new water heater promotion. Duck Rooter makes replacing that old water heater a winning play. Right now, get a new water heater installed for just $14.99 on select models with standard installation. Call now to schedule your free estimate and take the cold shower off the scoreboard. 904-862-6769 or duckrooter.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Baker Glass. The Florida Gators will begin the 2026 campaign at number 13 in the D1 Baseball preseason top 25 rankings. As announced on yesterday, Florida will return 22 total players from last year's NCAA regional squad featuring 5 positional starters. 60 degrees at 103. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We crank, even after the season is over. The work is never done. It's on to the offseason. It's the eval of players. It's what could have been, and then you start looking ahead. We are going to stay right here, right where our feet are, and say hello to Coach Gerald Ingram, one of our coaches. Coach, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in.
Hey, it's good to be here. The season, hate to see the season end, and, there's a reason why I wear these is because it's hard to get there. but you hate to lose it in the first one.
I think that's the kind of the story that Leon's told. We want you to tell as well. Coach Ingram coached under TC here for a number of years, went up to New York, won a couple of Super Bowl rings. So you know what that path is like and how hard it is to keep it going. But we're just going to throw some questions at you. If you guys want to jump in, 641-1010, hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Coach on the offensive side of the ball for his many years, I said to him on the podcast, run the ball. Is that the thing that struck you more than anything else with this game?
It was so obvious that you don't normally get that on any Sunday during the season, let alone get it in the playoffs, that you're just knocking people off the ball on the off tackle area and the toss cracks, and you don't get that. But the hardest thing is that they confirmed everything you thought. Mm-hmm. We knew that they played tighter coverage in our secondary. We knew that we could run the ball on them, but we didn't expect that. Yeah. Okay, when that happens, but we knew we had to control the quarterback. He is who he is. He deserved it. He earned it, and he earned a lot more respect from everybody. He played hurt. He prepared hurt. He did everything he is, but he is Josh Allen. He's been waiting for this moment. Can they continue that moment? But we all know one thing. We're a better team than they are. And that's what hurts more than anything. We're a better team than they are. We're going to sit there and watch other teams in the AFC that aren't as good as we are.
That's what it feels
and
like.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. That's what hurts the most, Coach, is that even in my experience when I played, when we lost, you have to watch the team that you knew you were better than go off and play in the Super Bowl or go on to the next round, stuff like that. So it's going to be a long off season, and players don't get over it. I know coaches don't get over it quick, but players don't get over it during the off season.
No, it hurts. It hurts in everything you do, everything. It's a time to reflect, but you don't want to reflect that way, because you can't get it back, and that's what's important about. I'm going to say it over again. It hurts. You take the points. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's the reason why, but you learn a lesson in the NFL, in the NFL and playoff time. It's tough. It's physical. It's grinding. And you don't know. You have no idea how it's going to end up. Just like last night. You had no idea other than they were both kicking their own asses. Every drive, those guys were getting hit. Yeah. The offensive lines were getting tested. And it was going to come to the wire. When Leon and I were here, everybody was physical. We ran the ball to be physical. We did everything physical. I mean, our battles against Pittsburgh, our battles against Baltimore, Cincinnati, it didn't matter. Right. We're going to play those people again. Tennessee, which I hate to bring up Tennessee. Mm-hmm. They were going to be physical battles. But when you get it like that to run the ball and keep that quarterback off the field. It's it's the old days of Bill Parcells. I'm gonna play great defense, and I'm gonna control the game by the clock. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna grind away, and I'm gonna throw when I need to throw, but I'm gonna make them pay by punching them in the mouth.
Yeah. But that's what the playoffs are, Joe. Right? I mean, and again, I understand that a lot of it is dictated by the box. Whether it's a light box or a heavy box, I get all of that. But at some point, no matter what that box looks like, you got to run the ball, right?
You got to run the ball. And, Tom Costin used to have saying to everybody, it doesn't matter if it's coaches or players, check your ego at the door. Mm-hmm. Okay? When you know what you got to do and you know in your heart what you should do, sometimes you just got to adjust. And that's hard to swallow. I don't care if it's a coordinator, a head coach, a position coach, whatever. For the betterment of the team, it's the big picture. You got one shot. Every play is important. Coaching matters. Situations matter. Even when they talk about, he could have ran the ball more and he checked out. We had a toolbox. And I don't know if you remember, Leon, that, if a defense was doing that, we would dummy our cadence. So if we check, they check. You don't want to go back and forth check, so you have a dummy check, and hey, they align in the defense to create a pass situation, right? Okay, to get you out of the run. Well, you dummy the call, so they go right back to their original call because they're trying to dictate what you do because they watch your quarterback all the time. You know, and we've heard these battles with Peyton Manning, especially now that he's retired, and Ray Lewis. That's coaching and detail and players. And we learn a lot, and our players have learned a lot, and we got a city of hope, you know, but next year's next year. There's no guarantees of injuries and how things turn out. You got to play for the moment.
Yeah. Coach, I remember check with me's. Remember those?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I remember. Because we would call 2 plays in the huddle, right? And then it'll be a run and a pass. And then we'll go to the line of scrimmage, and he'll say, check with me, check with me, check with me. And the term, based on what you're getting for, you know, defense-wise, it determined whether we want to run the ball or pass the ball. So yeah, I remember those for sure.
Because we don't want the defense to dictate what we're doing.
Exactly.
And, you know, those kind of things. And then there are times you just have run it plays.
So
they're called run it's, and there is no audibling out.
Right. Do not deviate. This is what we're going to do. And like you said, being physical and all that kind of stuff is what you're looking for. So what does Liam and company say afterwards, collectively to themselves, not out in front of everybody else, as far as do they evaluate, did they make a good decision or not, or do you just move on?
Well, you have to move on, but you have to reflect, okay? And you developed your quarterback the way you needed to develop the quarterback, and he still have further to learn. But Liam got to learn what stage Trevor was at, okay? He's still learning defensive looks and adjustments and things, but he's by far better. And he's at the end of this year, you know. And if you want to talk monetary, you'd say, you know what? If he had to work for his contract, you would have said it would have been this year. But you gave him a contract, but that was the old regime. He wouldn't be making the same amount of money. And that's part of the profession, okay? But he has made himself better. Liam has learned what he has to do, but Liam also had to learn what this offense can do. He had his plans and what he wanted to do, and we kind of have a feel for what he wants to do. Yeah, he wants to run the ball, but he really wants to throw and run second is what he wants to do. Okay? They did a great job of coaching. The offensive line, they found out that, hey, this guy's a great teacher. They can get people in the right position, and having a guy like Tony Baselli around as well who can identify good play, bad play. He can also be an extra voice in that meeting room and say, you know, this guy or that guy, what about this? You know, he's another coach.
Oh, yeah.
Is, you know, what they've added. They added a player coach, you know, in that building, which is great. Okay. But Liam, you know, this time of year we look back and the coach is going to look at every game because you got to evaluate every player. You got to evaluate for free agency, who you're going to pay, what's on your value board, and who's better on that free agent value board as well. So you're always sliding, kind of like I talked about earlier with a war room. When you walked in that room, there's a lot of names on that board.
Right.
Not just your team, it's your people in your division, because the number one thing you want to say is, what do we have to do to win our division next year? Who can we acquire? You know, why is Houston so good? Who do they have better than us? What areas? Defense tackle? Is it a pass rusher? Is it a secondary coverage player? What is it that makes that number one defense where we want to be next year? So how can we improve? Yeah, we love you this year, but next year's another year. Who's going to help us get us to the Super Bowl again? Because the culture has changed. So now everybody's bought in. Now you got to bring in a few new players that are going to buy in, because that's the hard part about older players in the league, because some of them have been successful at other places, and they say, you know, well, we did this here and we did that. No, wait a minute. You came here to be here. All right? We're not changing for you. You're changing for us. So if you want to be here, this is how it's going to be. This is the way it's going to go.
Yeah, TC told me that when I came. I say, hey, Coach, you know, we did it like this in Pittsburgh. Well, you're not in Pittsburgh. You're in Jacksonville.
And we didn't pay you to be average. That I definitely remember. All right, we'll keep it rolling with Coach Gerald Ingram. You guys can hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. Still a few of the bigger moments of the game that we will go over with him, and then also look ahead. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies. Putting the fence in defense.
The ball comes out! The ball has come out!
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the defensive player of the game on 1010XL.
Joe C here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage, and John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Joe? Go.
Clearwater Irrigation.
At least do this part.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
It's your favorite team. It's their favorite team. Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Want a one-stop shop when it comes to commercial or residential construction? Then pick Preferred Builders. They should be high on your list. Over 70 years of construction experience combined with exceptional product and service warranties. They've got a team ready to tackle any size project. In fact, they built their business in Duval by offering superior work at reasonable prices, and reputation over time means something. Honest and knowledgeable, reliable and responsive. Be sure and put Preferred Builders into your game plan for your next construction project. That's Preferred Builders.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
When the lights shine the brightest in the game's final moments, the offense showed that their stars shine just as bright. Trevor Lawrence led the Young Guns on a 10-play, 77-yard drive, capped off by an ETN touchdown, giving Jacksonville a 24-20 lead with 4:03 left in regulation. The 4-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyric.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Hanging out on a Tuesday with one of our coaches, Gerald Ingram, Super Bowl winning running backs coach with TC up in New York. He was with TC here. We learned a lot from both sides of the ball, both he and Coach Mark Duffner, regulars on XLP, and we appreciate it, that's for sure. Okay, so run the ball, take points. You said it would have been automatic in a lot of ways to not try and get 7 instead of 3 in such a crucial moment of the ball game. The thing I think is most frustrating is you like to see aggressive play, mindset, and play calling from your coach. But then you also need to know when to take points. And I think you and Coach Campo and Coach Duff all have kind of echoed that.
And
get the 3 points on the board if you can.
Yeah, and it's, plus, like you said, you can have all the data you want, but the gut feeling is it's always a positive when you gain points.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't get points, that's a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
But in a big game like that, you have to consider momentum. Just like the Cincinnati game, they go all the way back down the field and score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happened this time? Well, the momentum went against you because they go down all the way down the field and score.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the highest level of ball, I think it's always more important to take the points, live off the positives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you missed the other field goal, but that's football too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an opportunity, you got a turnover, so you got a gift.
Yeah,
you got to take the gift. If not, you would have thought your team was. If you thought your team was good enough, they would have done it without fourth down.
I almost feel like the turnover, Leon, made him want to get 7 because it was a short field and he didn't want to waste that op.
Yeah, he owed that position group for getting that turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Some points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The special team got the fumble. You can't walk away with nothing, and they gave you a short field to score on. So I feel like it's a disservice to what they did on special teams by getting the turnover, by walking away with no points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just look, at the end of the day, he's going to be who he is.
Yeah,
and I don't think we're going to be able to change him. And if he's 13-4, it's kind of difficult to argue about what he's doing. Even though the reality is, it's very easy to be the armchair quarterback the next day. It's very easy to say, man, you kicked that field goal, and then your field goal kicker who should have hit that field goal at the end of the first half, you win that game. It's easy to say that.
Right.
It's easy to say that. But it's also, look, he got you there. He got you to 13-4.
By being bold.
You got, at the very least, trust in what he's doing. I also said this after the game, too, Coach, and I think you could comment on this. Young dudes will learn. Young coaches will learn. If he's in that situation again, he might, maybe that might even lead to a little bit of a pause. He might still do what he did before. Like you said, I'll do it 100% every time. There might be just a bit of a pause where he goes, maybe we need the points here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. You have that data, but, let's look at some of the other people that has not worked well with.
Right.
Now, that was aggressive for Dan Campbell. Okay? Sometimes it's worked, but he's got many opportunities to say that when it didn't work. Sometimes you got to look at what other people have done and did it work for them, or how did it change the momentum. And I think if you look at some of the things that Dan Campbell did, he would have taken that back.
Right, because Dan Campbell might have had his team in the Super Bowl if he hadn't have been so aggressive.
Plus, it's also, I think the foundation has to be, it's a one-possession league.
Yeah.
Yes.
That has to foundationally be what you think about with all decisions you make. Especially in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Just like last night. Like I said, you play. It was 6-3 for 3 quarters darn near.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just imagine if it stayed that way all the way through. Now, we would have said, that's a boring game because it turned into a great defensive game.
Yeah.
It was a slaughterhouse on both sides.
Right.
Okay. But it could have come down to the field goal kickers. But now let's analyze how this game turned out. It turned out that our quarterback put you right back. It went back, forth, back, forth. He put you right back in the situation you say, you know what? Where do we have to get better next year? Closing out a game. How did we close the game against Houston? Though we woke up a sleeping giant, okay? We let them come back, but still had a chance to close the game and say, we got out of that one, because if we knew better, we would have rushed 3, dropped 8, played zone, and tackled a guy at the 5-yard line.
Right.
On the last play of the game. We turned our back and said, this backup quarterback's not going to win the game. Well, he did.
Yeah.
Okay? Figure that one out.
Yeah.
Okay, Cincinnati. Yeah. Things happen. They go all 90 yards down the field.
Another backup.
That's it. Another backup quarterback. Things happen.
Yeah. So, Coach, where do you go from here? 13 wins is a lot of wins. Just fall flat on. I mean, you situationally in 2000, we went 14-2. And we didn't make it to the Super Bowl when we had a good enough team. I'm sure this team thinks they were good enough. Probably could have good enough to win the AFC and go. Where do you go from here as a coaching staff?
The core was there, and you remember what we thought we had to have. We knew we had Keenan McCardle, Jimmy Smith, and then some scouts said we had to have a third receiver. Well, that year Plexico was gone. 3 top receivers get drafted, and we take who do we take? Because we think we got to have a third speed receiver. We take R.J. Sauer.
Yep, you get drunk on success, and you take a chance.
You got to be real careful. If you won with your core, believe in your core, and if you have to replace certain people, because the difference is now, the value of players now and how much you're going to pay for certain people is, it's like college ball. It's so different.
I was in the last year of my deal.
It's kind of like, I know we were talking about, certain defensive rush guys here and there. You tell me what's the difference between Walker and Stroud or Walker and John Henderson. Who are you taking right now? Aren't they too powerful type guys? Yeah. They're not fast twitch speed rush guys on the outside that have all the hand techniques and quickness to make different kind of moves. He's a powerful guy, but at this value of spending money, it's kind of like you said, you're not going to, without having the initial numbers of sack numbers, and those kind of things, ETN. Are you going to, give a guy and pay a guy a certain amount of money and you only give him the ball 10 times? You know what I mean? But we did develop him to be a lot better, which we talked last year in the offseason. He's got to show us that he can catch the ball out of the backfield and be, kind of like the San Fran running back and say, hey, we're finding every avenue that we can. And that's the value of your coach.
He's made him a hell of a good player.
We made him a lot better marketability this year out there. Okay, now you choose to decide you want to pay for him, or you say, you know what, for what we do and what we're gonna do, we have a young guy, we have 2 young guys, and could bring in 2 more guys for that value. And
3 if you're talking about Jackson on the practice squad. I mean, they've got 3 legit running backs. Yeah. I think it's. And this, I'm glad you brought up ETN because I think this is now the philosophical point for them. It's who do you pay? It's one of 2 guys. Do you pay him or do you pay Devin Lloyd? Are you going to let a second team All Pro player walk? Is that what you're going to do? What does that say to your locker room if you let a guy who earned second team All Pro walk?
Well, you saw that happen in New York with Saquon.
And it didn't work out. Yeah.
Okay, but. For what you do, you have to have a value on him. Same thing. You're gonna, for me as a running back coach, I had to go through, and when I wrote up my evaluation, yards after catch, and yards after first contact. Okay. Now, if the offensive line was the difference maker, if the guy was untouched, that's the offensive line.
Right.
See. Fred Taylor had magic. He made plays when there weren't plays, and he made plays on his own after first contact, making a guy miss or physically making a guy. See, Fred can hurt you physically and finesse-wise. So you have to evaluate these guys and say, do they have the ability to stay on your feet? Now you got to also, I'm writing up tandem running backs, such as Carolina's 2 tandem. I'm looking at Cincinnati's 2 tandem.
Right.
I'm looking at Detroit Lions 2 tandem and how they played them. Are those 2 guys better than our 2 guys? Or is one of their guy better than our guy? Okay? I can't be so immersed with, well, we love this guy, but maybe this is the standard. Now, I had 3 guys, 1 year, a 3-headed monster, 2,000-yard rushers and a 500-yard rusher. Now, that doesn't happen every year, but the competition was so great. They couldn't wait to get on the field and eat, and they wanted to eat.
Right.
Brandon Jacobs, Bradshaw, and Derek Ward, they wanted to eat. but they also learned from a pro in Tiki Barber how to come to work every day and be a pro, how to be smart, how to take advantage of opportunities that, hey, if the line got it for you, what'd you do? You know, do I kick my legs free? How can I stay on my feet? What is it that I actually do that makes a difference on that team?
Yeah, because it goes back to this coach staff made ETN a hell of a lot better. Those types of things you're talking about. All right, so the essence of this, and we'll probably carry this over into the next seg, but offensively, even though you can second guess what Liam decided to do early and the field goal miss, this offense did enough to win this football game. They made play after play, and they answered the other team's scoring drives. And so the defensive question needs to be asked just as much as the offensive question.
Oh, definitely. You have to solve what's the best. I mean, did we do, kind of just talked about closing out the game. How do we close the game out better? And things are going to be better because if we get a pass rush and get some people, to add to that. Not that certain people didn't play, well, but it wasn't good enough.
Right.
And we knew it wasn't good enough during the year at times. But there's one guy, Hines, he may not have had the sacks, for what you're paying or whatever it is. But his motor and consistency.
A lot of pressures.
Day in and day out, there's one guy who brings his lunch pail every week, and that's him. Mm-hmm. Now, we expected, a few more sacks here and there, but we got to have people that push the pocket, that bring people to each other. Foyer is a legitimate linebacker. You can't say that, Devin Lloyd does everything perfect out there from a linebacker standpoint. But from what this coordinator does, he trusts him to put him in situations that he looks good. Okay, so that's what they have to evaluate. If the coordinator were to leave or the special plays that they put him in, what type of linebacker would he be? Mm-hmm. He's not Luke, a diagnostic type guy. Guy plays coverage as well as run. One thing he is going to do is play physical. Mm-hmm. That's what he's going to do. Do you think he can, is he still have more in him to be better? Is he part of his system that he's here? Fine, you bring that guy here. You bring him back. He's a good locker room guy. He's a guy that our coordinator is going to trust. But, to solidify our front four, that we can play coverage by bringing 4 defensive rushers. Yeah. If we can play coverage with great defensive rushers, that's why Houston looks the way they look.
Yeah. Right. That's why Petrie and all those guys in the back end look like superstars. Right. Yeah. And Derek Stingley's probably getting a contract off of what Daniil and Will are doing. All right, we'll keep this conversation going because we want to ask the question about a Trayvon Walker on that side of the ball as far as do you make him play in his 5th year without a contract? We'll do that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Speed.
45-50.
Talent.
How high can you leap?
Opportunity.
Just when they needed it most.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game. Experience the universal difference on 1010XL.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers? Or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Hey, poker fans, it's a new year, and a new tournament series is coming to Best Bet Jacksonville. The 2026 Best Bet Blizzard on the Beach Poker Series runs from February 5th through the 16th. The event features 10 tournaments, $600,000 in guarantees, live-streamed events on Best Bet Live, and the $1,700 Mystery Bounty main event. Win your way in with satellites starting this month. Get all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Ready to race Jacksonville? Indoor racing anytime at K1 Speed. Fast electric karts, real competition, and family fun. Buy 2 races, get 1 free every Tuesday. Cruise over to K1 Speed Jacksonville today, your top destination for indoor racing.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Happy New Year from Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It is 2026. Is this what you've been waiting for? Is the time now for you to drop the weight with Awaken 180 Weight Loss? Look, the time was right for me. I had to do something. I remember looking at myself in the mirror, just couldn't believe it, man. I was going down a bad path. Found out about the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss, started talking with a coach, and instantly I knew that is exactly what I needed. Awaken 180 changed my life. I lost over 100 pounds. Guys, take it from somebody that lost triple digits on this program. It worked for me. It will work for you. No shots, no pills. You do it the natural way with the terrific coaching of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or go to Awaken180weightloss.com and do what I did with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is it's the off season. We went 13-4 and we're home. Okay, it's time to upgrade. I know it's a little early, but we got to move on. When you win the Super Bowl, it's like Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. And one team holds the Lombardi. Coach Dozer experimented with it twice. So, yeah, we need upgrades, man. The positions. Give me guards.
And doesn't it feel like this is the group that's poised to do it?
Absolutely.
Based on the last regime versus
absolutely.
This one? Yeah.
Give me guards. Give me another.
Say that again.
Give me guards. Okay.
The mat.
Give me 6'4", 340.
The mat football Bible.
I want furniture
You
movers.
look at Carolina and Hunt acquiring
Big asses and
Hunt.
big
Sometimes
guys.
isn't the difference maker up front.
So, now I got another guy on my side. Another guy.
Give me guards. Give me another wide out.
Okay.
Give me D tackles.
I want interior
and
defensive
give me
linemen.
a lockdown corner.
Yeah.
Now that may be Travis Hunter once he gets healthy, whatever, something like that. But we got to move on, man. Can't sit on your hands and be happy with 13-4.
No.
The end game is Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champ.
You're Yahtzee to that.
No, let
Matty.
me tell you, my golden moment is, look, you can't sit still. You have no idea what's going to happen year to year. Lions were a play away from the Super Bowl. Didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, and the window is closed.
Didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay? So this thing could go like that, man. So you got to embrace it, embrace the change, figure out what you need, and do it. Don't be afraid to pull the trigger. And they weren't last year with Travis Hunter. It's clear they're not afraid to. It's clear they weren't afraid to with Jacoby Myers. So I'm excited to see what this front office is going to do in the offseason because they see what we see. They know they need a third pass rusher. There's no doubt they do.
Right.
They know they need better cover guys in the secondary, right?
Yeah.
They know that offensive line, it's never bad to draft an offensive lineman.
No.
I can guarantee you, Big Bo's over there saying the same thing. Never bad to draft an offensive
And
lineman.
the more physical you are at the line of scrimmage, the better you are, and that's on both sides of the ball. Because you're going to win those battles time and again.
Well, I mean, if you're going to draft guards, it'd be nice to use them. In the run game.
Well, he was also injured a lot, too.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
No, he's saying
let him eat. Let him eat.
Run the ball, Bert. Yeah, that's what we're saying here. And all right, so let's just get back to the one thought here, Coach Ingram.
You got to let that go, bro.
Yeah.
You got to let it go.
I'm trying.
Hard to. Okay, let's hit a couple of them. Trayvon Walker.
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be a tough decision. He's a good football player. A useful football player, but he's not a shop wrecker. He's not off the edge, scare the death out of the quarterback kind of guy. What do you do going into this offseason and into next year?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough conversation, and that's why it's good to have a guy like Tony in there, because Tony knows both sides of the ball. He's had to go against great players, and he knows great players on offense as well. And, there's going to be some feelings hurt. And that's the hard part about the NFL, and the reality of the NFL, because between money decisions and performance decisions and how well they think you're going to be better at what they do, there's going to be some hurt feelings. Now, he's going to have to decide, and what's great about being a state of Florida is no state tax, but does he want to stay here and say it's not all about money? This is where I want to be. I want to stay rooted here in Jacksonville. I like what we're doing, and I'll bite the bullet in my pride and say, this is what I do. Let's be the best at what I do. Now, the hard part of that is the team that needs a guy like him and doesn't care, and they throw something at him that's a little bit better. They overpay him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes the grass is never greener, but money is always greener. Okay.
Right.
So those are choices and decisions you make, that he decides he likes here, but you're not going to overvalue a guy in this day and age and think it's going to work out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Trayvon Walker, if you're a competitor, you know when you have a good season, you know when you have a down season. Now, you can throw in the fact that he was injured and all that kind of stuff, but you don't pay him, both sides win. He's going to be motivated, mad, pissed off that you didn't pay him, because his compadre across the line of scrimmage got paid.
Making cake.
And then
But only got paid when he proved it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
So trust me, those two are having conversations. They're talking. Hey, they ain't going to pay me. So he going to go out and show and prove. And then if one show and prove, the other one's going to show and prove. So everybody wins. Then at the end of the year, he has 15 sacks. Win the AFC Championship game, he gets paid.
He's not the only one that's show and prove.
I like that.
Anton Harrison's going to have to show and prove, too. I'm not going to give him a contract.
15 sacks.
Yeah. I like that. Hey, listen, he was close on his Trevor.
I was always close with Trevor, collectively.
There's going to be Anton Harrison's got to prove himself. They're not going to give him a contract.
Well, I feel like he had a pretty solid year. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought Anton was solid.
Yeah,
but they're not going to give him a contract, though, are they?
I think you can't get rid of everybody.
No, not get rid of. I mean, they're not going to extend him. I'm saying till they have to. That's my point.
I would think that.
Yeah, but he's going to want Panay Sue money.
He wants to secure himself.
That's what the agent's going to
we
say.
all want Panay Sue.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. I know how crazy Drew was with me, so I know agents are crazy.
See, that's what my next question was, Leon. Is what was the because we fail to realize there's another integral part here, and Leon's been through that, is what Drew Rosenhaus is saying to guys. What are the agents telling? Because they've been on the phone all season.
Yeah,
with other teams.
Well, let me tell you this, Coach. Y'all overpaid for me. Let me just let that.
But the results were there.
Yeah.
The results were there. And then the result. Anton, they don't have to give it to him this year. They can just say, "Hey, we're picking up your fifth-year option."
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Which is exactly what they did with Trayvon this past year.
Yes, do the same thing.
Yeah, we're picking up your option. We're gonna keep it going, because before it's all said and done, I don't know whether Anton Harrison doesn't get a look at the left tackle.
Yeah,
because that was his position coming in.
Yeah. But they pay Van Landen.
I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent Strange is on his final year next year. So there's a lot of guys you got to make decisions about.
Yeah,
Right.
which is what you like. All right, so let's ask.
But we don't know who's on the who's on the board right now, let alone draft. Who's the highest, rated lower level taking tackle? But a pass rusher is always going to be on the board higher. Anyway, he's going to be on the board. But is there a legitimate left tackle out there of value? Is athletic, mean, hungry? Tony's going to stand on the table. He's going to stand on the table. If the guy's worth something, he's going to say, I was here how many years? That's the guy. He's the bell cow. I don't know who the bell cow is right now.
Right.
All right, answer this one real quick before we have to turn you loose. ETN has proven he can play on the field and be a dual threat. Yes. Would you ink him? If you transition tagged him, he's at about $11.5 million.
Yeah. Well,
you're a running back coach.
I
think saw it.
Well, I'm always going to be selfish. I said, because I was still looking for more that you can develop because I continually had looked at him in the past and said, what is the difference on how they feed Christian McCaffrey and how we're feeding our guy?
Yeah.
And in the past regime, there weren't enough skilled guys making plays not to use him more.
Right.
It came down to one receiver and him, and you're still not utilizing him in the pass game.
He looked more like McCaffrey this year than he ever has.
Yeah,
and that is appetizing.
So he actually dabbled in that.
Yeah.
And still could do more. Because when it comes down to double coverages and all those kind of things and people you have to stop, defenses, they bank that you're not going to use the running back in the pass game. Yeah. A linebacker versus running back.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Coach Ingram coming up here in a second on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
When persistent plumbing problems leave you feeling flushed, don't panic. Call Roland Reich. They quote all pricing in advance, so your only surprise is how quickly they'll solve your issue. Roland Reich Plumbing, plumbingjacksonville.com.
Join the movement at the Foundation 5000 Saturday, January 17th at UF Health in St. Augustine. The Community 5K supports the UF Health St. John's Foundation Care Connect mobile outreach and clinic, delivering vital medical care to those who need it most. Run or walk with 96 Olympian Keith Brantley, or come enjoy the Asian market, open to runners and non-runners alike. Sign up today at runsignup.com. Search Foundation 5000.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Always an hour that's fun, informative, and it flies by. When we have one of our coaches in, Coach Gerald Ingram today, he along with Coach Mark Duffner, they do both sides of the ball on our social channels, so make sure you check that out. One last comment, Coach, heading into the off season. Don't ignore what 13 wins was, right? What's your best advice for this football team and their fan base?
Start off at 0.
Yeah.
Start all over again.
Wipe the slate, which is what Leon said.
Yep. Start off at 0 and build the team just like you did this year.
Yeah.
And because you got everybody believing in you right now. And it starts at the top and it goes down to this quarterback and it just feeds on. So
Harry Potter waved that wand in the offseason. All right, Coach, hopefully we'll be able to get you to visit with us along with Coach Duff as often as possible because we got free agency coming up and the draft and all that, so we'll definitely be doing it. But those tough decisions, Big, are going to have to be made, and they're probably right now meeting on who's what and what's worth keeping and what's not worth keeping.
Yeah, because they got a lineup. You got all the bowl games. You got the combine. Before you know, all that stuff's going to be jumping right on you.
Yeah. And figure out which of these dudes, which of these combine eyes will you fall in love with once you start seeing all these guys, because they'll have their pro day workouts and all that type of stuff, and we'll figure out who's who. They're all on the text line, just all over the map as far as whether or not Trayvon's worth it. A good player, but not worth the amount of money they're talking about contractually. Because you said it earlier. What was the number you said?
170.
At least not yet.
Yeah, 130. Yeah. Right, not yet.
Let's give him the opportunity to go prove it.
Yeah, that's the same thing
Josh Allen did.
Yeah, that happened before, though. When you're talking about guys that you wait until the 5th year, you have no idea what they're going to do. All right, let's find out what this next show is going to do.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Taylor Dahl joins us now, helmets and heels, getting ready to roll. We haven't cut anybody yet, but we're starting to.
We're on our way.
Yeah, we're starting to.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of conversations. We've been having them for a few weeks of, there's definitely some decisions you have to make between a Buster Brown and a Devin Lloyd. And, ETN's going to be one of the conversations. Then there's just going to be cuts. And there's a lot that you're going to have to think about. And one thing we've learned from James Gladstone and Liam Cohen is they're not afraid to get rid of guys when they don't feel like they fit what this team is. We saw that early last year. We saw it through the year this year. And so you're going to see, I'm guessing, a decent amount of that.
All right, what's coming up?
We're going to go into some superlatives for this year. We're going to kind of try and keep vibes a little high. I know a lot of people are let down right now when it comes to the Jags, but there was a lot of good things to take out of this when it comes to player development throughout the season. Some of the guys that you want to maybe have come back, some of the guys that have had really good seasons. So we'll get into some of that and then look around the NFL a little bit too.
All right, sounds good, Taylor. We'll be listening. Thank you. Helmets and Heels is coming up next. We say thanks to Coach Ingram for hanging out with us. Big Sirs once again. Round of applause for Big Sirs because he did it again. He delivered another award-winning lunch.
It's a lot of steak, bro.
He's trying to keep the feed going on so he can hopefully get fed a title coming up on Monday night. We'll get We'll get into that game a little bit tomorrow as we roll along. But we had a great time today. Miss any of the show? Just go back to YouTube, hit the stream. You can watch the entire XL Primetime show. We would love for you to do that. Joe C., Big Sirs, Maddie, JJ, Coach Ingram, we are done.